Southern Oak Insurance. As the Noles completed their 5th practice of fall camp yesterday, running back Lawrence Toafili, MVP of the ACC Championship last season, spoke to media on his veteran status on the team.
It definitely goes by quick, but just reflecting on like the way I came in and things like that, I feel like that's what helps me in my leadership role, just knowing like, okay, how the young guys are taking things or how some newcomers may, people that came from different schools, they may not know how we operate, and just showing them the standard and showing them how we operate, I feel like that's the biggest thing.
Tonight, down at 1-1 Financial Ballpark, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp take the mound against the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs for a 6-game series, with first pitch starting at 7:05. It's 91 degrees at 2 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time. What time is it? Showtime. Prime time.
It's XL Primetime. Featuring Joe C.
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes.
Oh, my God. This is ridiculous.
And Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Roll a Tuesday, XL Primetime, ready to go. A Beaver Chevy Beaver Toyota Tuesday as we welcome in our head coach, Dave Campo, hanging out with us. If you're in on YouTube and you're checking us out, streaming, you can see all four of us. We're 4 wide. That's a racing term, Leon, but we can use it here because we were all out at practice earlier today, and we will be diving in on all kinds of things. Safe to say, as we set up today's show, things looked better. And I tweeted out that when the pads came on, plays were being made by the offense. So let's just start there. What did you think?
Yeah, they look better. Absolutely. The execution was better. The attention to detail was there. The effort was better. All around, Trevor was better. Running game, offensive line, sporadically, not all the times, but they were a little better as
Not
well.
an individual drill.
No, they weren't. But collectively, as an offense, it looked like they're supposed to be out there.
Yeah.
Unlike the last couple of practices where
Right.
the defense just dominated, the offense was just looked like they were in the rut. But they came out today and passed, and they showcased. I was impressed, very impressed.
So we'll put together our good, our bad, our ugly, but there's no question about it. And I think the stat was Demetrius Harvey kept track of it, Matt.
16 of 17.
16 of 17 with 1 drop in team. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. In fact, I can't remember who I was standing next to. It wasn't Dave because Dave found his way up into the stands to watch practice.
He was breaking it down.
It was some other media man. Maybe it was Taylor Dahl and Lauren, but they were in red zone. They were in red zone team, and where he struggled.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, the first week of practice.
Yeah.
And he saw coverage, made the throw, it was a perfect throw, catch. And the whole time, like, he's dropping back. And I see it. Like, it's easier for us to see the routes opening because we're right there. We got a great view of it. And I'm thinking to myself, it's right there, throw it. And as I'm saying that, he throws it. So I think he's seeing things. I don't know why he wasn't earlier. Maybe it's because, like we said yesterday, where the idea was you're practicing against a defense that knows what you're doing and you're trying to see, ways to beat it, which is, well, I'm fine. It's fine with that, whatever. All I know is he's out there today. He looked really comfortable. He was throwing the ball well. Still did some checkdowns, which I'm okay with as long as it's as long as a check down eliminates a turnover in the red zone.
Be productive.
That's fine. Yeah.
Coach?
Well, first of all, I'm Mr. Optimist. And the guy sitting next to me over here to my right has a tendency to be, I don't want to call him Mr. Pessimist, but he's close.
It's like, somebody's got to say something.
I almost fell down because he said to me after one of the red zone period, I was standing next to him and he goes, well, yeah, offensively, they're operationally good today.
Right? It looked like a functional operational unit is what it looked like.
Absolutely. You caught me by surprise.
Yeah. And the way I feel is like when you get the pads on, you get to start moving people around offensively. You particularly, Leon, as a lineman, and things just formationally seem to come together. And he knows where the throwing lanes are and how quickly he needs to make a decision. Anyway, it just looked like it had more polish, particularly on that side of the ball. Too.
Well, you got to remember as offensive line, when you don't have pads on, you keep receipts because defensive players, no offense, coach, defensive players have a tendency to push and pull and tug, and you can't really do that much because, You got to stay up. You still got to stay upright. But I noticed today when you put the pass on, you put the big boy pass on, I saw the offensive line getting after it on double teams. Now, on double teams, you can finish.
Exactly.
You can drive a guy to the ground, or you get to that linebacker, and you put a little thump on him or whatever. So I saw a little bit more of that today when it came to the run blocking and the pass protecting. Like Matt said, operational. They look like a team that belonged out there. Yeah. Unlike the last couple of practices offensively, you was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Well, there's no flow. There's no ebb and flow. There's no aggressiveness. There's no attention to detail. Guys are lagging about, not making catches. And I was like, bro, I can't see too much more of this. I can't. I couldn't, bro. It was good to see this today.
All right, so let's clarify one thing, because Coach and I wrapped up our Campo and Joe podcast just a little while ago, and we were talking, and you have prepared these practices as a former NFL head coach. You know exactly what we're talking about. But give us an idea in team, in the red zone area, the work that they're doing there. A defense can have an idea of what work is being done on the offensive side, but they don't know the play.
Correct. And I think that's, what you want. In other words, install-wise, when you go install, the offense sets the install. In other words, they're going to put their plays in no matter their order. Right. They're going to put them in. Right? Now, there's some discussion between the coordinators, but it's an offensive ball game. So the defensive install, we want to get it in a certain way, but we base our install based on what we're going to see that day.
Okay.
So just common sense tells you if they're putting in a bunch, for example, where three receivers are going to be together and they're going to run combinations out of that bunch that day, an individual, the defense knows that. And so what defense they put in, they're going to work on those things in individual. So all of a sudden you get in the red zone, you know what red zone, what they're putting in that day. And you know they're going to emphasize that. So defensively, you know the formations basically, and you get your guys lined up, and then it's just a little more difficult to handle.
Now, Coach, as an offensive coordinator, have an offensive coordinator ever come to you and say, hey, Coach, listen, we want a little bit more of this because our quarterback has struggled at times in this game. So, okay, all right.
Absolutely.
I like that.
That's why I say there's some continuity with the offensive and defensive coordinators. But install is install. They're going to put in as fast as they're going to put it in.
Right. And when you know formationally is everything. Formation's everything. So when
it gives
you know
a
that,
pretty good idea.
Yeah. When you know
exactly. Exactly.
That's going to be very difficult for a quarterback to have success against.
And my point, I don't mean to cut you off, but my point on that though is when you get into a ball game, you don't know. All of a sudden, they come out in a bunch.
Right.
It's not like they're running bunches every other play where you can get the rhythm.
Right.
You know, that's the difference between
it's making 16 work harder. It's making the receivers work harder. And for that matter, the defense is doing the exact same thing. So I come out of this saying, okay, we've been in training camp less than a week, and we've seen, I think, some real positives on both sides of the ball at different times because I see a more handsy defense. The secondary, back in the day, you get accused of being a little too handsy. Okay, the secondary is handsy, and I absolutely love it. And then on the offensive side, I like the idea that 16's feeling a little extra pressure. Hey, you've got to make good decisions with the football.
So, Coach, let me ask you this question. So today, you being say you're the coordinator, right? The offense has had success today. After the last couple of practices, you've dominated them. So if you're a defensive coordinator and you're watching the film and you're watching all the production of the offense, I'm not saying that you're offended, but do you get after your guys a little bit more knowing that the offense had success today?
I think that happens on both sides of the ball. Okay. I think, you get the one thing about it is one of the units is going to feel better about the practice than the other most of the time. You're not going to find even Steven very often. One's going to, be ahead. That was the hard thing about being a head coach. You're never happy because when the offense is doing good, well, I'm happy about the offense, but the defense wasn't, whereas at least, as a coordinator, you handle your guys and you definitely offended if they're running the ball on it or they're getting certain plays run that you don't like, you deal with that for sure.
Yeah, you can't help it. The whole idea I came out of the practice today is like this thing, the whole practice schedule is humming. There isn't any wasted time. There's a lot of activity. While I believe it was 7-on-7 that was taking place at one end of the field, the one-on-ones with the linemen was taking place on the other. To no surprise, all of XL Primetime was down there at the one-on-ones, and you were watching and taking in a heck of a lot of that. I just feel like there's a lot more aggression in these practices.
Well, listen, I had to be told by one of the administrators to pull back because I got kind of excited on the one-on-one drills or whatever. They say either pull back or get in the drill because that's how I was looking at the coach, because I'm watching it not only from a player but as a former coach. Remember, I was sitting there one time, Matt, where it wasn't Sheriff, but I think it was who's the left guard?
Ezra.
So he had a play where the guy came, to the outside of him, and he stalemated him and blocked or whatever. Before the play was over, I said, "Watch, he's coming inside next play." Coming inside.
And he did. I was standing right next to him.
That's just from experience, knowing guys that when you stalemate them to the outside, the quickest way to get to the quarterback, the next move is to try to come inside. Yeah. So I knew through experience that the guy was going to try to come inside on the next play.
He was a little involved.
I was. All I needed.
At one point he looked at me and said, "Look, these guys aren't using the swipe right." So he uses the swipe on me, and I go, "Bro, I'm your friend, man."
Yeah.
He swiped my arm down.
Listen, all I needed was a whistle. That's all I needed, because I was talking about the one-arm bar. You know how guys use the one-arm bar.
Yeah.
Defensive guys like to come up with the one-arm bar and try to push them back. And when I was saying this offensive line, I said, why doesn't anybody either swipe at that one-arm bar to get all, because if you that one-arm bar, he's losing all his momentum to push you.
And you turn him, right?
You swipe it, you turn, that makes him turn his shoulders to where you can get it. Or you chop it down to where he goes down because he's using all this momentum.
And you get him off balance.
Because all the offensive line were doing was just going backwards. I was like, why are you going backwards?
Yeah.
Use your hands, your feet, your technique.
This was the best practice for Leon because he's been watching those wussy running backs and wussy DBs running around.
I wanted to see some grown men, coach.
Pads on.
It's funny because we sit here and we listen to player and coach and learn so much because you always would say, if you get your first step, then you get to plant, and then you decide where you meet them.
Yeah, you block defenders with your feet, and you stop them with your hands. Your feet have got to put yourself in a position where your body, you can use your hands as weapons. It's all with your feet and your balance and your agility and your transition out of your stance. Make sure you're nice and low and all that kind of stuff. So I was just watching the guys out of their stance, hands, feet, all that kind of technique and all that kind of stuff. So it was exciting. It was good to see one-on-ones.
All right, Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota bringing you today's show. You can definitely count on every single day, except for Sunday. They like to give their hard-working Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevy family Sundays off. But any other day, you can head on in. You can enjoy a great buying experience, just like our head coach Dave Campo did with our man Cameron down at Beaver Toyota. Did you not?
Absolutely. And then I got another one with my son over at Beaver Chevy.
Yep.
So I'm singing the praises of Beaver, Toyota, and Chevy.
Nice. Yeah, which is awesome because both of them got great deals, great rides. And you look at the SUVs, the pickups, the sedans, economy, luxury, whatever you want. The Chevy lineup, the Toyota lineup, they speak for themselves. There's no question about that. And they definitely have service departments that will take care of you 100%. So check them out, beaverchevrolet.com, right there on Phillips Highway, Beaver Toyota St. Augustine in the AUG on US 1. So let's do the good, the bad, the ugly. Okay, maybe 3, and we don't have to give them all out at once, but just things that caught your eye today, fellas. And then if you guys will do it on the text line, 641-1010, if you were out at practice or any questions that you guys have as far as what we like, don't like, or what you do and don't, hit us with it. And then, of course, you can easily stream us. Just go to YouTube, search XL Primetime, and you can watch the whole show. Thanks for hanging out with us.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. Now, a 1010XL Summer Olympic Update brought to you by
USAPark.net Airport Parking.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2024 Summer Games. After a silver medal in Tokyo, the United States women's gymnastics team is looking to return to the top of the podium in Paris, and right now they're looking good. Heading into the 4th and final rotation, the Americans sit in first place, 5 points ahead of Great Britain and 6 up on Canada. Georgi Mihailovic and Kevin Paredes scored first-half goals to give the U.S. men's soccer team a 2-0 halftime lead over Guinea. Meanwhile, France has taken a 1-0 lead over New Zealand in the other Group A match. If the U.S. wins and New Zealand loses, the Americans will advance to the knockout stage for the first time since 2000 and just the second time since 1960. And the U.S. women's rugby team took home the bronze medal with a 14-12 win over Australia. It's the first ever medal for the American women in rugby and the first rugby medal for the U.S. period since the men won gold, ironically, in Paris 100 years ago. back in 1924. With this Summer Games update, I'm Ryan Radke. Westwood.
Wellness means something different to each of us. And at Westin Hotels and Resorts, we believe every step is an opportunity to enhance your well-being. Whether it's guided group runs and workout gear on demand, or nourishing food options and restorative rest in our heavenly bed. When you travel, you can find wellness at Westin, one of 30 hotel brands in the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio. Find wellness at Westin.
Pain means pause on the things you love, but green means go. Cool the pain with BioFreeze and keep on going. BioFreeze cools and relieves sore muscles and joints. It works fast and is long-lasting by using cold therapy to help relieve the pain. In fact, it's the #1 clinician-recommended menthol topical pain relief brand based on Ipsos clinician survey of chiropractors, podiatrists, massage therapists, retail pharmacists, and athletic trainers. BioFreeze. Green means go. Learn more at biofreeze.com. Use as directed.
15,000 workers. I'm Brian Rose from Remedy Staffing. We survey 15,000 blue-collar workers each year to better understand what drives quality and dependability in our workforce. The survey shows when looking for a new job, the initial pay rate, job security, and safety while working are the most important factors for hourly workers. If you're an employer and would like to learn more about the voice of the blue-collar worker, please call us at 904-528-1933.
The 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris feature incredible athletes and is the third time the Olympics will be held in Paris. If you're planning to attend, USAPark.net Airport Parking salutes your support of our American athletes. So no matter where you're going, whether you're traveling to the Olympics to support our athletes or just visiting Grandma, remember to park at USAPark.net.
Join the fun with XL Primetime, Tuesday, August 6th at Firehouse Subs in San Marco. Get pictures and autographs from Jags players, cheerleaders, and Jackson DeVille. Tuesday, August 6th, 2 to 4 at Firehouse Subs in San Marco.
It's storm season, and JEA is committed to keeping you informed. In the event of a storm, we'll text and email you about the status of your services. We use Facebook and Twitter to post real-time updates. Our live outage map on JEA.com lets you track restoration progress. And as crews work to restore services, our storm outreach team will be in local neighborhoods to answer your questions. Because as your community utility, JEA is here to keep you safe and connected. Your community, your utility.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
as soon as possible
at 641-1010.
Ooh, I'm so ready for this weekend away with my girls.
Hey, hit the road? How about some free gas?
Free gas? How?
Try new Febreze car for some serious freshness and you can win gas for a full year. Visit Febreze.com to learn more.
Say less.
You may not win, but you're gonna have a fresh smelling whip.
Thanks, DJ Fresh. Now how about some music?
Hey, yo, this next one goes out to new Febreze car for giving you a chance to win free gas.
La, 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 la.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to enter in 73124 for rules and how to enter. Visit Febreze.com.
For a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Coke Zero Sugar 400 August 24th at Daytona, answer this question. Who was on the pole position for last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name to 641-1010.
Attention homeowners. Is it time to get your septic tank pumped out? Don't wait until it's too late. At Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic, our experienced technicians use the latest equipment to pump out your tank safely and efficiently, ensuring that your septic system is running smoothly. Neglecting your septic tank can lead to costly repairs and even health hazards. So call Duck Duck Rooter and schedule your septic tank pumping. Call now, 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's the Big One sales event going on now at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Buy a pre-owned 2019 Toyota Corolla for just $1,000 down and $288 per month. Or you choose a pre-owned 2020 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for just $1,000 down and $388 per month. Arlington Pre-Owned has over 400 used cars in stock and more than 100 vehicles under $18K. And you even get 30 days to love your pre-owned purchase or exchange it. Shop the Big One sales event, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
The coolest thing going on right now is the summer fan sale with 3 ways to save at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Browse their huge selection of high-quality fans to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Buy 1 fan, save 10%. Buy 2, save 15%. Buy 3 or more and save 20% off summer pricing on all fans. Visit their showroom near the avenues while inventory is still available and discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
This is Hayes Carline here to help you break free from the chains of pest infestation. The talk of this town is Kingfish Pest Control. By now, many of your neighbors have already joined the Kingfish Revolution, leaving their homes and lawns protected and pest-free. Now it's your turn. Call Kingfish Pest Control and say goodbye to termites, ants, mosquitoes, and other annoying pests. Trust me, you'll get exceptional service and understand why your neighbors and I use Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jaguars.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
20 minutes after the 2 o'clock hour, XL Primetime, Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota Tuesday. Thanks for hanging with us, Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Leon Searcy, our head coach Dave Campbell hanging out with us, RJ Saunders, making it all happen right here on the Superstation. And I think we could get to like a good, bad, and ugly, and we can throw 2 or 3 out. You can do them all at once if you want. You can break it up however you want. Safe to say, there was a little more good than bad, but still maybe some ugly out there, Leon. Kind of give us a little bit of the good, the bad, and the ugly.
The good was Trevor. Mm-hmm. I mean, I say Trevor and the offense.
Okay.
I mean, they look smooth. They look operational out there. They look like they knew what the hell they was doing. Guys were running routes. Guys were protecting. You know, that was the good. The bad, the interior 3 still struggles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Even in situations where the offense looks good, they still struggle. I'm watching them.
All right. Give me a quick thought on Mitch Morse.
Mitch Morse is he's a veteran guy, a little undersized. I mean, if you watch the one-on-one drills against him in Hamilton,
mm-hmm.
I mean, he's like a well and a tic tac. They're going against each other. For real. I'm for real. I mean, Hamilton is just overwhelming him on those plays in one-on-ones. I mean, really, it's just I didn't realize he would compare it to Hamilton. He was that small. I mean, I know he's a technician. He can stay low and all that kind of stuff. But in those situations, I mean, he just looked overwhelmed. And the ugly was, quite frankly, was Anton Harrison on a lot of the plays. I'm watching his technique. He kicks, hops, and grabs. Hops, and grabs. I don't know. He wasn't doing that last year. He's going up against Trayvon Walker, who's a beast. Mm-hmm. And he's overwhelmed a lot by him because Trayvon right now is a lot stronger, a lot faster than him. Only way you're going to block that kind of guy is with solid technique. And I see him a lot of times kick, hop, and grab. Mm-hmm. And Trayvon just overwhelms. Even on one-on-one drills, even when he was watching in team period, he's resorting to the same technique. Whatever he's got in him, I hope he gets it out before the season starts because that's not going to block people.
I will say this in his defense, and you know this guy here to my left says I'm Mr. Pessimist. Mm-hmm. I think when you look at Hamilton, well, specifically, let's go back to look at Harrison. It's Harrison. I think he's had a really good camp so far, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I also think that he's going up against a dude now. Mm-hmm. Trayvon Walker is going to be a dude this year, and that's all. I mean, I've been saying it all off season. I got a feeling about it. Watching him in the first 7 practices, he is going to be a beast for anyone to block. So I guess what I'm saying to you is, I understand that his technique may not be that good.
Yeah.
But I think Trayvon's going to make a lot of offensive tackles look bad.
Yeah, but the only way you get better as a player is that you go up against that dude and you execute and block him every day.
I agree.
I mean, when I was with the Steelers, I had Lloyd, Green, and Brown, and I wanted to see him every day. if I won some, if I lost some, but I knew that I was going to get better.
Don't forget Kirkland too, bro.
And, well, yeah, Kirkland, he could not.
A twist, you know.
Nah,
he didn't come up in the year.
He ain't come up in one. He ain't want none of that. He ain't want none of that smoke.
We're gonna ask him next time he comes on.
You can ask him if you want. I'm the one that gave him his first concussion.
But my point is, it's also one day of individual drills against. So maybe tomorrow, Anton gets the better of him.
Because I'll remind people where we thought Walker Little was whipping Walker last year in 1-on-1 and it didn't necessarily hold up.
I mean, he was.
He was.
You're right.
All right, good, bad, ugly. One of each.
I think the good is obviously. I love that Trevor Lawrence saw the field in red zone, and team he looked really good. I think in red zone it really looked good, which is very, very important because obviously it's when you score points, but more importantly, the offense struggled last year in red zone greatly. So I think that's my good. I think the bad is one of those or two of those receivers that probably should make the roster, not going to make it. Like that last spot at receiver is going to be difficult. It's
going to be tough.
Like it's going to be really difficult. Like I really like Cooks. I don't know. It's going to be tough for him. Like he's not getting the ball right now, and that's just because the plays, however they're designed or however the reads are going, he's not getting the ball thrown to him. It's going to be interesting to see as the more team stuff goes on paths what happens. And the ugly is the middle three, man. The middle three is wow.
All right, so you guys right now are kind of on that one. All right.
It just doesn't look good. It doesn't look like. Well, let's put it this way: who just blew right by Cleveland? We were like, "Whoa, your boy inside the tackle."
Yeah.
Who was the backup tackle? The backup tackle.
Jordan Jefferson? Or?
No. The guy from last. Can't even remember his name now.
Ledbetter.
Oh, Jeremiah.
Ledbetter.
I mean, abused Cleveland.
Yeah. And by the way, they did do a bunch of different starters combinations. And Jeremiah and Mason Smith were both in with first team with Trayvon and Josh Hines-Allen on the other side. So the combinations, all right, but you guys still include interior. All right, good, bad, ugly. We'll do one, and then we'll cycle back and do another one.
Well, I agree with the two goods that have already come out. I think the one that stuck out to me today was Bigsby. I hate to say it, but he's got talent now. I'm hoping that he can be a special guy because he can jump cut, he can bounce the ball outside and accelerate. If he can pass block, I think he's going to help us.
Yeah.
Got to hold on to the ball. That's the good.
Yeah, exactly.
All security.
The only bad that I saw today was the interior three guys. I'm with these guys. I don't know that it's ugly yet. I'll say that after I watch him play a few ball games.
Yeah.
But I would say that was probably today. You can see, this has kind of been with me right along because, when you look at Fortner, for example, what's his weakness? His weakness is strength.
Right.
His strength is he's smart. He can make calls and do all those things. Well, when you look at Morse, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know that was that great
of an upgrade.
A higher of an upgrade. Now, as far as experience, yes, but I don't see it
because that's what I want to find out. The technician,
similar size too, right?
No, he's big. Mitch Morse is
he's an inch taller, right?
Yeah, he's more slender. He's more Dave Weidel.
Yeah,
than
that's what I'm saying. So they're very similar size though, too. Are they not?
No, Luke's
like 6'4", what?
Yeah,
300.
I would just say a little more nailed to the ground is Luke Fortner. Like he should have a little more. He's got a bigger trunk.
Yeah.
Okay, compared to Morse.
Yeah.
Morse is very upright, and I don't think I'm off when I say Weidelish. Kind of like that. But what I am
he's
looking,
6'5".
Yeah. What I am looking forward to seeing though is if he is a technician better than Luke, meaning I can make the calls and I can move people.
Experience,
exactly.
and that, I would say that. I've kind of searched it while we've been talking here. I don't have an ugly today.
Oh, you don't?
I really feel like the practice was good. I thought that there was good things on both sides of the ball. As a head coach looking at it, you got to say, okay, this is one of them that I can say we made improvement in a number of different areas.
Right. All right, so I'll go good, bad, ugly, and I'm going to try and get ugly off of the interior line. But I'll just I'll go with good with Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is having himself a camp, and he needs to see and score. meaning that football needs to be delivered to him a number of times. He needs to be on the receiving end of 5, 6, 7 targets at a minimum every single game and use the middle of the field. 16 to 17, I tweeted, 16 to 17, Trev to Evan again and again and again. Just do it as much as you can because he is right now looking rock solid. Over 100 catches last year. He needs to get in the end zone a hell of a lot more.
And doing the same things before practice.
Yeah.
He's out there catching extra balls.
Yes.
He does everything a true professional does.
Yeah, he's got, I think, a real big opportunity.
I think of everyone on the team, and you're talking about like true professionals, I think of like 3 guys. I think of like him, Kirk, and Josh Allen. Those are like 3 true professional type guys.
And Kirk is now even more motivated coming back from the injury. We heard the soundbite. He really caught me yesterday with that soundbite. It's like 100% we're playing off of that anger from last year. It was not good enough. So the bad for me is like I'm trying to figure out exactly what the rotation will be after Trayvon and Hines Allen. And I still think there's a liability there right now. Okay? I like what I see a little bit of the time with Travis, but anyway, that's my concern. So that would be my bad. The ugly was Walker Little, who is given an opportunity now to battle with Cam Robinson, and he was one of the one who had the penalties in goal in red zone work. Got pulled off the field.
Yeah.
Okay, for a play. So they weren't happy with him at all. And so I would definitely consider that an ugly because he's playing for a job. And right now he hasn't done enough.
Yeah, he hasn't done enough. I mean, and he has to be the overwhelming favorite in camp in order to take Cam's position.
It's the truth.
Because Cam right now is, I don't know, if this was a 100-meter race, he's up by about 60 meters.
Well, you know what I call him, you've heard the joke, that old bull. Mm-hmm. He's that old bull.
Yeah,
he was okay today.
Cam was okay.
He was okay.
He was okay. He was all right. I mean, him and Josh went at it. The first one, he stopped him. He stalemated him. He reached for him a little bit. Just be a little bit more patient. He coming. Mm-hmm. And then the second one, Josh Allen gave him. I saw that little Warren Sapp, that little crossover jump, try to grab the outside type of thing. He got around him a little bit, but yeah.
I'll tell you what. One overlooked good. I don't know if it's overlooked, but it was a good that not many people saw or know. Wayne Weaver was out there today.
Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so let's use that to go to break. Round of applause for the original man that brought this city an NFL franchise and said nowhere else.
Yeah, and he gave me the big search too.
Did he?
Yeah, he gave me the big
that's nice. That's awesome.
He did. He said big search.
That's awesome. It was great. That's a good one to see him out there. That's for sure. All right, we'll keep it going. Good, bad, ugly. You guys hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosure, 641-1010. Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota Tuesday with our head coach, Dave Campo, hanging out with us.
XL Primetime's Coach Dave Campo is brought to you by Bold City Heating and Air. Online at boldcityac.com. Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealers Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and it's hot, so let's talk about something sizzling. Make a Bacon 180 with the Awaken 180. Imagine dropping pounds while still enjoying that crisp, savory goodness. Well, it's on the menu to Awaken 180, and one of the many reasons I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180 weight loss. I did it all while still enjoying so many of my favorite foods. The difference is, my coach showed me how to enjoy those foods the right way. Chicken, steak, pork, lobster, they're all on the menu. Awaken 180 caters to any diet or taste profile. Vegetarian, vegan, omnivore, even flexitarian. They're all covered. The bottom line, if you want to lose weight fast and safe and keep it off with lifetime coaching, then make your own Bacon 180 with Awaken 180. Do what I did, and Mike Dempsey and Hacker and more than 21,000 others. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
Mania here, and we've all been there before. A weekend trip to the casino? Canceled because real life came calling. MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action, all from the comfort of your own home. The live casino is so easy to use. Just go to MyBookie and click Live Casino at the top. You'll find live dealers ready to deal or spin just like you're at the casino. The MyBookie Casino provides a Las Vegas experience when the action's in the palm of your hands and you don't even need to wear pants. Start at MyBookie today with a generous sign-up bonus using promo code 1010XL. A revamped loyalty program ensures a host of exclusive VIP perks. Sign up and hit the casino with promo code 1010XL. The more you play, the more you win, only with MyBookie.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Certainly facing challenging economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but for me, comforting to know my money is in good hands with ITP Partners. Ticket here for ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. I'll admit it, I don't understand a ton about the economy. Higher interest rates, 401ks, but I do know as I move closer to retirement, I continue to watch my money grow. Thanks to Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate. Get in the game, guys. ITP Partners, always there to help. For more info, Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 904-312-9751.
Good people drink good beer, and great people drink Mocama, a refined craft brewery out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Mocama Beer Company brings sophisticated flagship beers, including Cosmico IPA and Dune Garden Lager, to the greater Jacksonville area. Whether you're hitting the water with friends or enjoying a backyard barbecue, Mocama has the perfect pair for your summer activities. Look for us wherever great beers are sold and find your Mocama.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and summer's here on the First Coast. You know, long days, short sleeves that can do a number on your AC. Look, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard it 1,000 times. Hope is not a plan. So do what I did and plan ahead with expert AC tune-ups from Fenwick Home Services to avoid those costly summer breakdowns. Fenwick has you covered with same-day service, including maintenance plans, free same-day estimates, and guaranteed repairs. Book your expert tune-up today and avoid costly breakdowns tomorrow. Plan ahead instead of hoping for the best. Online at FenwickHomeservices.com. That's FenwickHomeservices.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On July 30th, 1959, future Baseball Hall of Fame first baseman Willie McCovey goes 4 for 4 in his major league debut for the San Francisco Giants.
What is the longest-running live radio show? The answer coming up.
With storm season blowing wind and rain, it's even more critical to protect your valuable assets with a policy from Southern Oak Insurance. Ask your agent about Southern Oak today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The longest-running radio program is the Grand Ole Opry, broadcast on WSM Radio since 1925, almost 100 years ago.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Hidden Hills Golf Club invites you to bring your friends out and enjoy our spectacular golf course, which is carved out of some of the highest elevations in North Florida. Hidden Hills Golf Club, unlike any other. Check us out, hiddenhillsgc.com.
Visionaries, builders, and doers. Are you ready to change the world? Miller Electric is your opportunity to shape the future. Miller Electric is leading the charge in electric vehicle technology with our state-of-the-art EV Innovation Design Center. We're working to create a sustainable future. We're also the proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars, powering their performance at the brand-new Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric, we provide competitive pay, unbeatable benefits. Apply today. MillerCareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Get your first look at the team inside Everbank Stadium during our 2024 stadium practice Saturday, August 3rd. The season is almost here. Don't miss your chance to see the players up close before they take the field this fall. Stadium practice is free to attend and seats are going fast, so register for tickets at jaguars.com/training camp. We can't wait to see you there.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
This morning, Fred Taylor sat down with the drill to discuss the possibilities of Travis Etienne earning a contract extension after the season.
I think he wants those carries. He wants to welcome those opportunities because for him, it's an opportunity to go and get an extension. I know it's not a lot of urgency to pay the running back, but if he goes out there this year and plays well, yes, and get him paid.
Etienne, who has rushed for over 1,000 yards in each of his first 2 seasons, including 11 touchdowns on the ground last year, has the opportunity for a nice payday if he goes above and beyond. As owners have hesitated to pay running backs around the league recently, paying a durable and productive back like Etienne will only benefit the team. I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, Florida State got an early jump on everyone else. They're preparing for their Week 0 matchup against Georgia Tech in Ireland. Little news out of camp. Florida State head coach Mike Norvell says Oregon State transfer quarterback DJ Uiagalelei has been, quote, remarkable during fall camp.
Ooh, you got to love it.
Quote, DJ has been remarkable. I really love the ownership he has in the offense. He's been very consistent in what he's doing, and obviously the explosiveness that he brings is impressive.
What say you, Seminole fans? 641-1010. You guys can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, or on YouTube, you can throw something in the chat. I do think
remarkable.
Yeah, well, look, sometimes, and we'll look at coach for interpretation of what other head coaches say. Sometimes they're genuine. They mean it, that this guy is flat out impressing people. The other times, it could be praying hands emoji, saying, if I say this, will he come along and prove me right? We haven't seen any video, at least not. They'll come over here for practice, I think.
Couple days typically.
Yeah, in a couple weeks.
Camp.
So we'll be able to see him.
Right.
But anyway, remarkable, Coach. What's the interpretation?
I can't say it on air. Starts with a B and finishes with a T. That's a typical coach's talk there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But we all saw him in spring practice and in the spring game. It wasn't that good. I think that's very fair. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't that good.
Right. So you could interpret it.
But that doesn't mean in 6 months he hasn't improved or doesn't have a better idea of what he's doing in the offense. And
like if the baseline was really low, he's like, this dude's been remarkable from where he was.
Yeah, also, it could be that too.
Also, break it down. A remark. You can make a remark good or bad. It's right in the middle.
True. Absolutely true.
Well, the one thing that replacing greatness is never easy. It's never easy. And then the other part of it is, let's make this the 10-10 take, RJ, because I feel like as we get closer, we're going to try and figure out whether you're going to have 1, 2, or 3 teams from the ACC in the college football playoff.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
Easy to rave about Sonny's because they serve up a great meal, and you're always going to get those delicious sides. And, you know, the fries, I love them. Okay, I confess, I love them. Along with those barbecue beans, the garlic bread or the cornbread. Either way you go, you can't go wrong. And then all the delicious pork, ribs, turkey, chicken, whatever you choose. Make sure you head on to one of your area Sonny's and enjoy some barbecue. Replacing greatness is never easy. And Jordan Travis was great. And so whenever you have to walk in and fill the shoes of somebody like that, it's not going to be easy. Who are you being measured up against? DJU is being compared to Jordan Travis, whether he likes it or not. And when you see other situations, like let's just go down to Miami as an example, Cam Ward walks in, he's not being compared to anything because there wasn't anything down there. And so DJU actually has to kind of get up a level to make Seminole fans feel better about that position because Jordan Travis took such good care of that position for so long. That's the 10-10 take. And then the other part of it, Matt, is that they just shipped off so many good players to the National Football League. Travis had Benson to hand it off to, both Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson to throw the football to. and a lot of other good, and not necessarily as much based on the losses to the NFL.
So I want to go back to what you said before you even started the take. Whether it's 1, 2, or 3 ACC teams in the playoff, I think it's going to be one, and it may and that one may be one with a couple black eyes, if you know what I mean. Like that's
easily.
I could see the winner of that league going 9-3 in the regular season, and then winning the conference championship game at 10-3, and then getting in the playoff. And look, and getting a first round bye. By the way, that's what people have to remember
as a
conference champion in 24 and 25 for the next 2 years. The highest ranked conference champions get the 4 highest ranked conference champions get the 4 byes.
And just to advance that just a little bit, meaning
they do not have to play in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, but also meaning a team with 1 loss compared to, let's just say, 3 losses. Let's with your example.
Let's say you've got a 11-1, Ole Miss that didn't get in the championship game in the SEC for some reason. They'll be the 5th seeded team or the 6th seeded team having to play in the first round of the playoff instead of let's say a 9-3 ACC champion Florida State or 10-3 ACC champion Florida State. Or Clemson, or Miami, whatever. I think that's what people have to remember about the next 2 years is winning the conference championship is paramount now in the playoff.
Yeah,
it gives you that week bye. It's like in the NFL. Yeah. Like think about that. The first round bye in the NFL is huge, right?
Oh,
so that's what you're getting, and you don't. And if you're in the ACC or you're in the Big 12, and whether you like it or not, that's where these guys are now. They are much less than the SEC and the Big 10.
Oh, very true.
So those two have the same amount as the SEC and the Big 10 as far as getting that bye.
More than
the
one.
Big 12 champion also could be 9-3.
Yeah.
But also will get a first round bye.
Yeah, but the equalizer to that is that team that didn't win the conference, they get their home game.
Yeah.
They get their home game, right? So I mean that's the equalizer.
Because
would you rather have the home game in the NFL or the week off?
It depends on if we're striding good. I want to keep playing.
Yeah. The other thing is that in the NFL,
I want to keep playing. If we're on the road, I don't want to stop playing. Because I don't need rest.
And the other thing is the NFL is if you have the week off, you are playing at home. Whereas in this particular case,
and that's one of the things that will be fixed beginning in 2026 is like
that you may not have that luxury. Yeah. But more than one team in the college football playoff, can you see it right now? We'll make all predictions for everything coming up as we get close to the season. But
are you talking about the ACC?
Yeah.
Oh, Miami's going to win it. Florida State, they'll be second. They'll be fine.
You want to throw
Miami
Clemson in there too?
Miami and Florida State will be in the playoffs. Okay. That's my 2 picks.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. All right, now let's get back to the good, bad, and ugly. You want to lead off? You got to have another good, another bad, another ugly.
Another good, another bad, another ugly.
Another ugly. You want me to lead it off? You got it?
Okay. Well, of course I have.
I know you got it. I know you got it, Coach.
I'm going to say the other good is the way they're practicing.
Okay.
I like the way they're, going half lines and getting a bunch of reps.
Explain the half lines, which I thought was interesting.
Well, what they did, I think this is a defensive drill, okay? What they're doing is on one field, they had a center, guard, tackle, tight end.
Right.
And running back and quarterback. Right next to it, going the other direction, they had center, a guard and a tackle. So it's the open side and a running back and a quarterback. And they're running plays and they're going left to the tight end, right to the open side, left to the tight end, right to the open side. So they're getting a ton of reps against the defense. And the defense is a half line as well. Over on the offensive field, they were working coverages. 7 on, it's a pass.
Right.
Quarterback or offense against defense. Yeah. And it's half line. It's 2 linebackers, the right corner, and a strong safety. And then the receivers on that side, just the half of them, and they're running routes. On the other side, they're doing the same thing. So they're going back and forth without any hesitation. So they're getting a ton of reps. Those are defensive drills because, especially the pass game, the quarterback coaches don't necessarily love it. Because they're not reading the field. They're just throwing routes against coverage, whether it's a cover 2, a cover 4, a cover 3. There's something to that, but it's not as good as reading the field because on a lot of the plays, you might get a cover 2, they'd be throwing over on the other side. Well, they can't. For the defense, it's great because you're working coverage pattern combinations against your coverage. So I think Ryan Nielsen has brought that to the table. And it's a defensive drill. That's my good.
Yeah.
Because number one, I like the defensive part. Number two, it's a lot of repetitions.
Mm-hmm.
The bad to me is I would have to go with what I saw at the center position. I just don't see. I don't see a big plus at this point.
That's interesting.
I'm going to wait. And like I said earlier, on the earlier one, I'm not going to make an ugly on the inside guys until I see it in real life.
Yeah.
I don't. But today, I would say I saw the same thing everybody saw. There was a bit of pressure, with the center position with Morse.
Right.
The ugly part, I really don't have an ugly from today's practice.
Okay. All right. See, that's good. That's a positive coming out of what we have seen here of late.
My good is Parker Washington. I think he's going to be a player for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to be a guy that will eventually develop into their number 4. They're clear far and away number 4. And he's going to be a guy that if at some point Christian Kirk leaves for more money or they can't pay him, he's going to move right into that role. That's the guy. I just think he's a tough player. Made another great catch today, and a ball thrown behind and leaped up in the air. Would have just gotten destroyed by a safety. Although maybe not now in the NFL, because if you get destroyed by a safety, then it's a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
But he made a very nice catch on a ball behind him. Really like him. My bad is, you guys mentioned it earlier. You mentioned it with Walker Little, how he got pulled. This is his moment now. I mean, he's a guy in a contract year. If he doesn't beat out Cam Robinson, he's literally sitting in a contract year as a swing tackle, and his value just drops dramatically. So he's got to get on his horse, man. It's got to happen for him right now. And my ugly is, unfortunately, Dewey Wingard, who's been having a great camp.
Yeah.
Went to the ground in a team drill during just a useless play. Really, there was no reason for him to go to the ground. He got caught up in a couple bodies, went down, and he hurt his ankle. And he hobbled off, had to be helped off actually. Yeah. Didn't participate in the rest of the practice.
But at least was up and about after that. So
was
that
up and about, but clearly was not participating.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hope it's not anything significant, because he's been having such a good camp that I think they're probably second guessing now about Antonio Johnson back there. He's really playing well.
Yeah, he's definitely been strong.
Well, my good is the intensity and tempo of practice. All right, first day of pass, that's how it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be get after, guys pushing and shoving, double teams, coming off on double teams, all that kind of stuff. Twist game, stopping that. Everything about today was I heard some banging. All right, that was a good thing. First day of pass. All right, that was the good. The bad is you just talked about Walker Little. I mean, he may be content. I mean, he may be content with just, signing a long-term deal here, being a little swing tackle, being an emergency.
Just being Shatley, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
second round pick.
And listen, we get paid to overreact in practice, all right? He got pulled from practice today because it was a legal procedure. But listen, the only time an offensive line coach does something like that is not because he's trying to punish you, but he's watching you, and he's making an example of you of your lackluster play during practice. He's not doing it to embarrass you, but he hasn't seen enough from you to where if you do an illegal procedure, he pulls you.
Right.
Most of the time that doesn't happen. So it must be something that he's seeing in Walker Little that's frustrating him to where he wants to get in his what
right
to get him going again.
Yeah, because honestly, I tried to lock in on him a bunch just to kind of see, am I seeing what I need to see, and I just didn't see a whole lot today. I agree. I totally agree.
Well,
he was decent in individual. Decent.
Well, I mean, one of the two things when it comes to offensive lineman, when the offensive tackle, if you don't hear anything about him, he could be doing his job. Or if you do hear something about him, he may not be doing his job.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's a two-way street.
All right, we'll keep it going. Good, bad, ugly. Once we get to the top of the hour, I'll throw mine at you, Coach. We're not throwing you out, but we're just saying goodbye.
Yep.
And we will see you next week.
Next Tuesday.
You're on your way to
a wedding in Utah, and I'm not that excited about it, but at the same time, it's a little vacation.
Safe travels.
And some I-dos.
Stay away from that Microsoft stuff that's grounded all the planes.
Exactly,
right?
Well, wish him well, Coach. All right, have fun. Dave Campo, we will talk to him next week. We've got the Campo and Joe podcast that you guys will be able to find on social all over the 1010XL channel.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. Rick Ballou takes you into the night.
He's the actor in the family. And then we got the big guy.
Ryan the Hacker Green.
Yes, and what I most admire is the way you've captured the voice of the common people.
Right after Rick Ballou. Evenings on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Are you feeling the heat? It's time to cool things down with Duck Duck Air Conditioning. Contact us today at 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckac.com. Duck Duck Air Conditioning to keep you cool and comfortable all year round.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy. And do it today.
Clearwater. John, I can't even mow my side yard. It's so soggy. Man, my builder sucks.
Brent, calm down. This is a common problem in neighborhoods where houses are built too close together. You need gutters and a properly installed French drain that will soak up subsurface water. We can completely dry it up.
So I can take my builder off my speed dial now, huh?
Yeah, we got you, buddy. Let that builder bitterness go.
Clearwater irrigation and drainage too.
It's the coolest week to save during the summer fan sale at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Buy one fan, save 10%. Buy two, save 15%. Buy three or more and save 20% off all fans at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Showroom near the Avenues.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O.
If you want high-quality water throughout your home, call your local water boy. We install equipment to solve any water problem. WaterBoyJAX.com.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
RJ Saunders here, sports lovers. I recently took a tip from Frank Frangie when I needed to send flowers to my mother. Frank told me that Kuhn Flowers is the only florist he ever uses. So that's what I do now. I use Kuhn Flowers. Find them online at kuhnflowers.com.
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREZ. Zero Res.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris feature incredible athletes and is the third time the Olympics will be held in Paris. If you're planning to attend, USAPark.net Airport Parking salutes your support of our American athletes. So no matter where you're going, whether you're traveling to the Olympics to support our athletes or just visiting Grandma, remember to park at USAPark.net.
Veterans, did you know VA mortgage rates have plummeted and you can now access up to 100% of your home's equity and turn that into cash right now? Hey, it's Roger Moore, President and CEO of Loan Pronto, announcing our VA Equity Advantage program. This VA offer can get you $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 cash out with no junk fees and no hassle. With APRs in the 5s, you can pay off all those credit cards, personal loans, car loans, and get one easy-to-manage payment. Veterans we help save on average $850 per month. And listen, if you're a veteran with a current mortgage rate over 6.25%, we can do a streamlined refinance with no income verification and no appraisal, saving you hundreds a month. At Loan Pronto, we respect what you've done for our country, and we show it. Call now and ask about our special VA Equity Advantage program. 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com. 904-999-1508.
Equal housing lender. NMLS 166-1781. Subject to lender approval. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by USA Park. Ahead of the Florida Gators starting their fall camp tomorrow, head coach Billy Napier met with the media and discussed how he believes experience is on their side this year, which will help them be a better team.
I do think we're in year 3 of our system and doing those things here at the University of Florida in this league against this competition. So I think, we continue to adapt and evolve, but I do think from a football perspective, we just have more experience. We have 17 starters coming back. We're 4th in the league in returning production. We've got 41,000 snaps of experience coming back.
Tracking our local Olympians, Bulls graduate Ryan Murphy won bronze in the 100-meter backstroke yesterday, attempting to become the first male swimmer in history to medal in 3 straight Olympics in the 100 and 200-meter backstroke. It's 91 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
3 o'clock hour, we are hanging out. Hopefully everybody's getting their work in. Might be done. I know my boys, the beer boys, they're close to hearing that whistle sound. They'll have all that beer delivered from North Florida Sales, all those beautiful trucks unloading, leaving cold cans and cold bottles with good stuff inside. We'll give them a shout. There it is. Thank you very much. That's the sound that they're waiting for. Closing time.
It's for the 7 to 3ers right there.
Yeah, Daniel and the boys. I probably need to do a roll call for all my North Florida Sales beer boys, because there's a bunch of them delivering all over the fine First Coast. That's for sure. All right, I want to get to my second good, bad, ugly, and then we'll go back around. But I also want to work a little college discussion, and since we kind of started talking about college football playoff spots, how many could the ACC grab? But real quick, I think both Leon and Matt, you guys, and I think Coach did it too, all listed the line as a concern. There's no getting away from it. And one texter says, yeah, man, Jaguars O-line, they're light. They're light and average like 306 pounds. I don't know how many people they're going to push around with an average of 306. Now, I haven't done the math. I'm just going to trust one of our XL peers. 306, if that's the average, that do sound a little light, Leon.
It is. It's very light, especially at this day and age. I mean, probably the average offensive line probably is somewhere between like 320, 325 or something like that. I mean, I think I averaged when I was playing me, Bo, Ben, Dave Waddell, Tilsky, we were right around 312-ish.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, you can have an offensive line that's light, but they got to be athletic and they got to be technicians. Now, you remember the Denver Broncos offensive line back in the day.
Those cutting suckers.
Yeah, the push and climb, get up to the second level and cut on the backside. I think they did pretty well as far as with Terrell Davis back there, rushing for what? He did rush for 2,000 yards.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. Those guys, those offensive lines, the Mark Schlerfs and all those type of guys, those were very light offensive linemen that can move and maneuver, but they were flawless in their technique. Flawless, absolutely. So, I mean, and unless if this team is light, I mean, their execution and their technique has got to be flawless, bro. Yeah. If you're not going to be able to maul people, you sure as hell better be able to get on people fast and with a fury and get to the second level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quickly.
Yes.
Sprightly, as they say in England.
Yes.
All right. So good, bad, ugly, and then we'll do one more round coming up in just a bit. I'm leaning in on Devin Duvernay as one of my goods, and I took notice when Matt named Parker Washington because I'm real interested as to see who
the 4 is. Yeah.
Well, and who wins that second slot position behind Christian Kirk. And I'm willing to go in on Devin Duvernay. Even though I like Parker Washington, I'm a fan. Devin Duvernay has another gear to me. And he's going to be the main kickoff returner and the main punt returner. Parker Washington will be the backup, so easily could still have a spot on the squad because of that. But this dude has had himself a good camp. He really has. And he's been on the receiving end of some really nice plays. And so Devin Duvernay is one of the bright spots for me. The bad, when I start looking around and I start seeing some of the guys that I'm not quite sure are going to be able to make this squad, like Seth Williams, I'm rooting for him. Okay, War Eagle, I'm rooting for him, but he had a couple of key drops over the last couple of days that has been bad for him. I can guarantee you that.
He's still behind Cooks, no doubt.
Yeah. But back to your point before is that at least Seth has had a chance to make some plays.
Right.
Elijah hasn't had as many. Trevor did deliver a beautiful strike to Elijah Cooks, and even went out and fist pounded him on that one.
He's getting frustrated too. Like he's walking off.
Yeah.
He's walking off reps, whether it's Pascal's or team, and he's not getting thrown. You can see it in his face. He's getting frustrated. Like he know. Look, I got to get the ball to show what I can do.
Yeah, exactly. And then one of my uglies. I looked at my depth chart today. You guys have been talking about the interior 3 a bunch. You know who the backup is? Kiefer Sutherland. Okay, Kiefer Sutherland is one of the backups at that left guard position. Do you really want Kiefer Sutherland as your backup left guard? I had to look down again. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Keaton Sutherland from Texas A&M, but it might as well be Kiefer Sutherland because that is not a deep unit right now.
Bro, the starters aren't.
Bro, Keith Sutherland, and then you got Cooper Hodge, and the only mainstay in there is Shatley.
Yeah, and Blake Hance at least from last year. But yeah, Shatley's been.
Yeah, but Shatley's greatest strength is his strength. But those other two guys, I mean, bro, if there's any injury or there's any missing of games and you've got to play either one of those two, bro, you're in trouble.
All right,
Shatley's greatest strength is his strength.
Thank you, guys. This will get you to one, which Matt, I know you're waiting for this one because the text did come in. Will Balky regret? Because if we're all listing that interior depth as a concern.
No, because he made it a point to say he didn't regret not addressing the rush end last season.
Yeah, very true.
And it was disastrous after Walker and Hines Allen. Well, disastrous.
Yeah, it because you did not get hardly any productivity out of anybody else. All right, let's get that in real quick, RJ. Oh, yeah.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is a nice segue, by the way, into we're moving into college football right now after Joe's last good, bad, and ugly. So this should make all Gator fans feel so much better. You know when you're on the sidelines and you're there in college games before the game, the teams aren't even out yet, and you see the numbers on the sidelines, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 1 through 10 numbers, right? You see those numbers on the sideline. You ever wonder what those are?
Yeah.
They're for special teams.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 10 guys running out there, including the punters. The punter makes 11, okay?
Should they put 11 up
because the punter's going out. The punter's not going to forget that it's punt, right? So you got 10. There are 10 circles, and each of them has a number inside it, okay? Yeah. And each of those guys has a number.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever position you're in, of the 10 guys, you're 1, you're 2, you're 3. They go down the list in pregame, okay?
The gunners are
This is who you are, right?
Right.
So everybody's on those numbers. When you punt team, get ready. Everybody's on those numbers, all right? Florida hasn't had those under Billy Napier. Now, Billy Napier has announced that, yes, the special teams are going to start using those mats.
Okay, I love that Billy Napier.
To eliminate, quote, counting issues.
A.K.A. Billy Napier had to make this an announcement.
To eliminate counting issues.
An announcement that you're going to make sure you have 11 on special teams. What is going on?
Well, first off, what counting issues? You work the entire week on special teams at least. My guess is in college, Leon, what, 3-4 periods during the week on special teams?
Yeah.
At least,
at
right?
At a minimum, yeah.
So The 10 guys know who they are.
Unreal.
It's not like they don't know who they are. If they're not on the field, I don't know what they're doing in the back there, okay?
Well, here's my dealing with college football, historically. The special team coach usually waves his hand. The guys usually run to him, and then he usually counts them. What the hell? What the hell you need a map for?
Here's the problem with that, Leon. They don't have a special teams coach.
Oh,
they do now. Now they have one.
Oh, okay,
but the first 2 years, they did not have a special teams coach.
Yeah, they didn't really see
Everyone was a special teams coach, apparently. Everyone on the staff.
Yeah.
They had a game changer coordinator.
Game-changing coordinator. And I tell you what, he offered up some game changes because it changed on a dime.
He cost him at least 3 games in the last 2 years.
It changed on a dime. And the other thing is he's already got 45 coaches. He doesn't have room for another one.
So now they're counting now at Florida.
It's unbelievable. I can't wait to tell my beautiful little grandbabes, Lemon and M&M, I like to call them, that the Gators are learning how to count, just like
And I want to be very clear here. On Georgia's sideline are the 10 circles. On Alabama's sideline are the 10 circles. Ohio State, Michigan, everybody has them. Because it's just the easiest way to do it, so there's no screw-ups.
Wasn't in the budget then.
No, I think it was.
Now it's in the budget.
Since everybody is part of the special teams, there's no way there could be a problem.
Yeah.
That's
not going to help them August 31st, though.
Against the U. We'll find out. We will find out. All right. Good, bad, and ugly. When you think about the other ones, we'll get to those coming up in just a second. Let's get to the second half of our college football talk here, the college football playoffs. So we don't know how many ACC teams are going to make it. If we do talk about the idea that Miami would finally win the conference, you know how long they've been in there and they haven't won that conference?
They've never won it.
Forever?
Yeah. They've only been in the tournament ACC championship game, twice?
Yeah.
Maybe twice? Yeah, since their inception.
Once even.
Yeah, I'm thinking
once.
At
It
least
might have been once. We played
Once.
Clemson.
Yeah.
And they gave us a mercy field goal.
No, you might have played Florida State again. You might have played Florida State. Didn't you play Florida State twice in one season? No?
No, we only played Clemson. I went to the game. It was cold as hell. I had the turnover chain on, and we lost about 50.
Wasn't there a Duke Miami one too, or no?
No, I don't think so.
No,
we were going to one.
Because Duke has never been the ACC champion.
Yeah.
I remember he was scared of Duke.
Since
so anyway, so only once, and you've never won the championship.
Never.
Okay, and so it would be crazy if they were to win it, and then would another one get in? So we've talked about the ACC. Who else gets more than one? I think we can pretty much say the SEC and the Big Ten are going to be the ones lining up for that. Well, let's do this exercise. The Big 12, how many do you think are capable?
Capable?
Capable is the wrong word. How many do you think will get in?
In the Big 12, let me see. Kansas State, and who's the other team? Kansas State. What about Oklahoma?
Arizona, maybe.
I'm throwing
Arizona.
Oklahoma's in the SEC now.
No, I said Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State.
I'm throwing Iowa State up
Iowa
there
State?
as well.
Okay.
Those are all safe. Yeah, I think those are all safe, actually.
Yeah. Iowa State. Kansas definitely has its potential to be really good this year. Oklahoma State's bringing a fair amount back, including the Big Ollie.
And the Utes.
Yeah.
And the Utes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, the Utes. Yeah.
How about the Knights?
I'd love for UCF to be able to do it. Go, you mighty Knights, but I don't know. KJ Jefferson's down there, so they certainly have a chance. They've been picked middle of the pack as far as the Big 12 is concerned. But if you had a 12-team playoff, you got at least one group of 5. Who knows who that's going to be? We'll see how it unfolds. But I would see 3 and 3 from the Big 10 and the SEC. That's 6, 7, 8. There's still potential to sprinkle in a couple Big 12.
But just like Matt said, the ACC or the Big 12, I mean, you can have a team coming out of there at 10 and 3, and it's going to get the 3rd seed or the 4th seed. Yeah. And you can have a 1 or 2 loss SEC team that may have to
or
play.
Big Ten, for
or
that
Big
matter.
Ten
It
team.
could be Oregon with 1 loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're out.
Yeah.
Well,
they're not out, but they're not one of the first. Like Oregon could be 12-0 and play 11-1 Ohio State because Ohio State loses at Oregon in the regular season, and then Ohio State beats them in the championship game, and then Oregon at 12-1 is playing in the first week, and 9-3 ACC champ or 8-4 Big 12 champ.
Yeah, I get it.
Is not playing in the first.
I totally get it, and they may reorganize that. But hell, there's something great about the NFL, and if you win your division,
yeah, Joe, it's
no different than the South getting a home game.
Bro, it's
right?
it's no different than in the NFL when a team that they can win the division at 7-9,
Right.
and then host a team that's like 12-4.
Well, remember the Chargers were complaining when they came here to play a 9-8 Jaguars team, and you're like, "Hey, take it, eat it," because this team won their division.
True,
and you got to come here, and obviously it worked out. But are you telling me that as Coach Matthew Driscoll always refers to certain mid-major conferences as one-bid leagues, that the ACC is a one-bid league, that the Big 12 is a one-bid league, that the Group of Five is only going to send one, and so that means 9 other spots get divvied up between the Big 10 and the SEC?
Yeah. It's called the Invitational, the Big 10 and the SEC Invitational.
I'm telling you that, hell yes, that could happen.
It would be, listen, there's enough good ones.
And B, we've got a little Jags news we need to get to.
There's enough good ones to go around. All right, do we need to squeeze another that in real quick?
Yes,
we do. All right, real quick.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Jaguars are signing free agent defensive end Rasheem Green to a 1-year deal, per source, according to Adam Schefter, which is ironic because we just got through talking about that.
Yeah.
And now you're now, 2 weeks in or a week and a half in, I think you clearly understand that behind Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker is very little.
You don't have much.
Yeah. No, and here's the one wrinkle to that. Travis does look like he could be a rotational guy, and Eric Armstead can be kicked outside, and Mason Smith lined up outside today because he is a big human being. Anyway, we'll keep that theme going. A little more good, bad, and ugly. You guys can definitely jump in on it. 641-1010, Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota. Tuesday, it is XL Primetime.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL. Now, a 1010XL Summer Olympic Update. Brought to you by USAPark.net Airport Parking.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2024 Summer Games. The United States women's gymnastics team is back on top. After a silver medal in Tokyo, the Americans won gold in Paris today, their third team gold in the last 4 games. Our Steve Futterman has more from Bercy Arena.
It really was no contest. The American women easily win the team gold medal in women's gymnastics by around 5 points over Italy. Brazil finishes in third, and another gold medal for Simone Biles.
And Biles sealed that gold for Team USA with a 14-6 in the floor exercise. At the pool, the women's 100-meter backstroke final is getting underway. Reagan Smith of the U.S. is the world record holder in the event, while Australia's Kaylee McEwen is the defending gold medalist. U.S. men's soccer team looking to advance to the knockout stage for the first time since 2000, picked up a 2-0 win over Guinea. With this Summer Games update, I'm Ryan Radke, Westwood One Sports.
Wellness means something different to each of us. And at Westin Hotels and Resorts, we believe every step is an opportunity to enhance your well-being. Whether it's guided group runs and workout gear on demand, or nourishing food options and restorative rest in our heavenly bed. When you travel, you can find wellness at Westin, one of 30 hotel brands in the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio. Find wellness at Westin.
At Lowe's, save big every day. Right now, get a free pneumatic nailer when you buy a pallet of Metabo HPT nails. And there's more. Save 10% on select shingles when you buy in bulk. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
At Honda, we appreciate all the comparisons to other vehicles. And no matter how many times they compare their vehicles to a Honda, only a Honda is a Honda. Remember, value, quality, safety, there is no substitute. Visit your local Honda dealer now and experience the difference.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back.
Well, the courtroom isn't a playground, and if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong, and we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open-air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Hey folks, Mick in here for Zero Res. You and I know Zero Res loves cleaning carpets in your home. But did you know Zero Res can also clean the carpets where you work? Take a look at the floors where you work, and if they need cleaning, suggest to the boss they call Zero Res. For the month of July, Zero Res offering 20% off all commercial carpet cleaning. Call Zero Res, and they'll come out and give you a free estimate on what it will take to get the job done. Zero Res, man, you spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backwards. Zero Res, it's the right way to clean.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988, so call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey there, weekend warriors. It's Matt Hayes. Sick of that slice? Tired of those three putts? What if I told you your handicap isn't about your swing, it's about your weight? Why not take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with the Waco 180? We're talking 10 strokes off by August, getting your tour card by September, winning your first major. Year one. Think about it. Fame, fortune, and most important, winning $5 off your buddy because you, sir, are closest to the pin. Taking strokes off your game is just about 40 pounds away at Awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 does not guarantee an immediate 10 strokes off your score, receiving a tour card, or the ability to control the weather. Individual results may vary. Your newfound athleticism might cause jealousy among your foursome, leading to accusations of steroid use. Awaken is not responsible for defending your honor in the clubhouse. Awaken 180 cannot guarantee that your newfound golf prowess will lead to a sponsorship deal, but we can't not guarantee it either. Awaken 180 is not responsible for any dramatic fist pumps or unsolicited golf tips you give to strangers. Awaken 180 does not offer refunds for any lost wagers made on your improved golf game. Bet wisely, my friend. Strokes off your game by dropping pounds off your frame. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Nick in here for About 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of About 9. Visit About 9 Associates today and experience the difference. About 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and it is hot out there. You know that, Greg, but Honda has a plan for you on or off the road.
They do. There's a ton of Honda scooters, Honda Mini Motos, great for the beach. Also get you out in the woods with a Honda side-by-side. Plenty to do and stay cool.
Yeah, four-wheelers, and you can trick them out.
We can. From stereo systems to big builds, we do it all.
Everything's there for you to see. CyclesOfJacksonville.com online or on Atlantic near Regency. Check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
Wondering what you're going to do for dinner tonight? Southern Steer Butcher is a full-service butcher that offers take-and-bake side options that are oven-ready.
Now open in Ortega. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Achilles that just won't go away. And this has been talked about throughout the day with Adam Schefter putting a report out earlier, but they are clobbering Adam Schefter for his wording that Robert Saleh, the head coach of the New York Football Jets, said that quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who is recovering from his Achilles injury, is unlikely to play this preseason. And so it gets us back to when is he going to be ready? He doesn't necessarily need to show he's ready, Leon, in the preseason because he is a vet who knows. You want to talk about a guy who knows what he's doing? He knows what he's doing. But it's just putting himself in live action at the speed that he needs to play at. Is that a good or a bad idea for a guy coming back from an Achilles?
Well, I think it's a good idea. I mean, they got to do what's in the best interest of the team and the organization. Listen, in preseason, I don't need to see Aaron Rodgers. What I need to see Aaron Rodgers is week one, and he's got to last more than 5 plays. All right, that's what I need to see.
That's the over-under.
That's over-under. What's the over-under? What's the Vegas odds on that? Over-under 5 plays. That's what I need to see. I don't really need to see, at least you see him in practice.
Right.
He's probably got a pitch count in practice. They're watching it, his drop backs, maneuvering, pull it, when he runs to the left, right, whatever. So, I mean, he's got to monitor him. I don't want to see anything from Aaron Rodgers until he puts on the pass week one.
But I thought he looked so well recovering from the Achilles injury. He could have came back last year.
No, see, he was making it up in his head back then. Yeah. That's for sure.
And to be fair, he same thing last preseason. Like they didn't want to play him. Then he finally talked Robert Saleh into playing like a series in the final preseason game. And that's kind of what everyone's thinking there in New York, that he's going to push to have at least 1 or 2 series with the first team just to get like a little chemistry. And Saleh keeps saying, no, what we do in practice, just because there's no tackling and the guys aren't brought to the ground, what we do in practice is just as important as far as simulating what he's going to see. So Saleh sounds like he's dead set against it. And the only thing is if Aaron Rodgers says, I want to play, guess who's going to win that argument? Aaron Rodgers will win that argument.
He always will.
Yeah, always. Yes.
But, it's so funny. We look around.
Not just him. Any quarterback is going to win that argument, right? You would think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he's been one of – in other words, everyone jokes about who's driving the bus in certain NFL cities, and Aaron Rodgers is driving that bus, okay? It's not Robert Saleh. And, heck, you can take a look around with some of the other quarterback drama that's taking place, and people just want to see whether or not this guy can hold up. And the primary reason is his age. It's just gotten to a point now where you don't know how vulnerable he could be to either a recurring injury or whatever. And just look around the last handful of days. We've had an Achilles. We've had an ACL. Just some bad stuff that's been happening in a handful of camps. That's for sure. All right, let's get to another good, bad, and ugly. Although real quick, before we get back to the Jags, we were talking about Miami and Florida earlier. We did have a texter ask, is Leon going to recreate the iconic cigar photo on the sideline?
I will not be on the sideline. depending on the weather. All right, it's going to be at 3:30 in Gainesville. It's going to be hot as hell.
It is going to be hot,
and of course I could be on the sideline, but I'm not sure if I want to or not. I'm not sure if I want to sweat the way I want to,
or want to watch them lose from the sideline.
No, I mean I want to be to celebrate. When they win. You know what I might do? I'll see if I can bring a box of the Big Surfs on the sideline when they win.
Oh, you're going to start passing out cigars like Bama in Tennessee? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
Very interesting, actually.
Maybe.
But what if you lose?
I don't think that way, Matt Hayes. Thank you.
I know, but what if you do?
I don't. I know,
but you have to prepare.
I don't have to prepare for anything. I want to prepare for winning, not losing. That's what I do.
You're gonna look mighty funny with a box of cigars.
I'm gonna look.
Get like a 27-9 knot handed on your head.
No, you trying to put that on me? I ain't gonna let you put
You
it
got
on.
the Searcy's big stick and a little Bic lighter, and you ain't got no way. You ain't got no reason to light it up.
I'm not gonna let you manifest that right there, Matt Hayes. It's not gonna happen.
All right, let's do another good, bad, and ugly from today's practice, and we won't do this as a regular exercise all the time, but today was a pretty. Just getting the pads on was as good as it gets.
Well, my good is, and listen, I'm a well-wisher when it comes to this kid, Tank Bisbee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right?
Mm-hmm.
I like what I've seen in practice. I like what I've seen the last couple of days. I like what I saw in practice today. I like his jump cut.
Yeah.
And listen, he can help this team. He can absolutely help this team. The 1-2 combination of him and ATN, he can definitely help this team, but he scares me. Every time, you start glossing on him, that's when he hurts you. That's when he hurts you.
Well, he looked so good in preseason last year.
He did, absolutely.
And then he
looks even better this season.
He does absolutely look better.
Camp.
He's got to do the things that are necessary. Blitz pickup. Do not cough up the football.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two most important things.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't even care about blitz pickup. Just hold on the ball.
Yeah, but blitz
Seriously.
pickup.
I know it's important. I agree.
Oh, my.
But I mean, role number one for him's got to be ball security, period.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
My bad is the depth in the interior three. We talked about it. We saw it on one-on-ones. We saw it in team. I mean, listen, I love Cooper Hodges. I know he had a devastating injury last year, made a hell of a comeback, whatever, but he gets overwhelmed. He gets overwhelmed. He got overwhelmed in team. He got overwhelmed in one-on-ones. He's a try-hard dude, but he didn't have a good day today. He didn't have a solid day. He had an okay day, but it was many times that I watched him, he got overwhelmed.
Right.
He got beat inside, got pushed back, all that kind of stuff. And the other guy too, what's the left guard? Starts with an S.
Oh, Kiefer Sutherland.
Sutherland. Yeah, he's him the same way. Both of those guys. You watch them in team. You watch them on one-on-ones. They get beat inside. They stop their feet. They duck their head. Miss on their punches. They get beat. That kind of stuff. And listen, all this stuff that I'm talking about is coachable. It is coachable. But you got to have some kind of heart. You got to have some kind of heart to be coached.
You know how else it's fixable too?
What's that?
The draft.
Yeah, the draft helps too. Yeah, you get quality guys.
That's how else it's fixable.
You're right.
The one guy, and I know that you will have your eye on Cooper Beebe for the rest of the time. I may have
the rest of my time that I'm here at this station. I will.
Yeah, but I may have my eye on Christian Mahogany, who went way late.
Yeah.
He went in the 6th round.
How about Jackson Powers Johnson?
Yeah.
Who
JPJ
could be your center right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's a center/guard.
Yeah.
Right, or he could be playing guard until you're done with Morse, or until Morse finishes his 2-3 years here, whatever it is.
Yeah,
he slides right in there then.
Yeah, there's definitely those that and when you're talking about depth, I love one of our texters is Cap. He's still available. He was one of those guys we were always fired up in camp for, just to see if he could make the squad.
Your third string center again, though, he looks like he's solid.
Is that 60?
Yeah,
60. Yeah,
he's not too bad.
Yeah.
None of us know his name, but he's fine out there, man.
And by the way, 90 is another one with a lot of vowels in his name.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing okay. He's got himself a chance.
Mm-hmm.
He may be a practice squad player with Miles Cole, one of my guys. All right, did you do the ugly?
Yeah, I didn't really have an ugly.
Okay,
the good and the bad.
All right, good,
all right,
bad.
So my good is a guy that has been very under the radar in this camp, and I don't mind that. But man, he is sleek. He has got some wheels, and he's Travis Etienne, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Travis Etienne looks really good.
Yeah.
Looks really good. And because it's all about Trevor and his struggles, and it's all about, the wide receiver core, are they going to find the top 3 or 4, and who's the 6th receiver, and what about the offensive line? None of us are really focusing on Travis Etienne, and he's having a great camp. And he's been a very productive player for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Very productive. So that's my good. My bad was Cam Little gets the job. It's all his job now. Riley Patterson's out, gets cut. His first field goal today was a wide right, but then he hit the next 3.
I was going to say, I'm going to make him my good, because
he hit the next 3.
I'm like, what? Whoa. You just ran
that could not have been
here.
good, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, what must he have been thinking? Like this is the first field goal after the other guy gets cut, and it's his job, and he pushes it to the right. He must be like, you got to be kidding me.
Exactly. No. So I am making him my good, because I do feel like when he got settled, boom, he just started nailing them. Top half of the upright.
Oh, yeah, he's got a leg, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and
He's
so
got
if
a
he can
good
get
leg.
that done.
He's got a Brandon McManus leg. Like, he's got a leg.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if he had a 60-yard this year. And then my ugly is it's just temporary ugly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mason Smith just I don't think he's there yet. And I don't know if it's because he doesn't trust the knee or if he's just adjusting because he's a rookie. I think it's a lot of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see when he's in a situation where you're going up against someone you haven't gone up against for a couple weeks, like when the Bucs come in or a preseason game. Then I want to see how he responds, because right now it's just, I mean, Searcy and I were watching him today and we were kind of like, he's just there right now. Doesn't mean he can't get better. Right now he's kind of just there.
Mm-hmm. And I'll go side by side with that, because we're going to hear from Mason Smith. I talked with him coming up here in just a few moments, because when I did see him get stood up, I'm like, ooh, that's not good, because he is a big, big human being. And if he can learn how to use his leverage, then it will become a strength as opposed to a liability. But right now, good linemen like Leon, in this case, he was working interiorly, they just, boom, get right underneath his shoulder pad, and they're moving him straight up in the air. So that he's got to come back.
Yeah, and the offensive line he's going up against is average at best.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it should be a little bit alarming that he's being suffocated by those guys who are pretty.
That's what we were saying today. We were like,
yeah, I mean,
he's not going up against.
He's not going up against perennials. I mean, he's going up against makeshift guys who are okay.
Yeah, but I'll just treat it as a rookie first day in pads.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
All right, so let's hear what he has to say coming up here in just a second. It is XL Primetime.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010 XL.
Frank Frangie here. Ready to experience used-phoria? You can with Car Bravo at Nimnik Buick GMC, Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified dealer. Buying a certified used vehicle has never felt better. With Car Bravo, Nimnik Buick GMC can certify all makes and models: Honda, Toyota, Kia, Mazda, Ford. Nimnik Buick GMC is proud to be named the #1 Car Bravo dealer in the Southeast region and top 10 in the country. So shop online at Nimnik Buick GMC. Nimnik, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go
For
through.
an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hi, I'm Frank Frangie, and I've depended on South State for my banking needs as long as they've been serving Duval. Whether you're saving for retirement, purchasing a home, starting a business, your goals are their commitment. With forward-thinking, personalized banking solutions and best-in-class service, South State is ready to help you navigate your financial journey. Connect at southstatebank.com or drop by any of the 5 local South State offices. South State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On July 30th, 1959, future Baseball Hall of Fame first baseman Willie McCovey goes 4 for 4 in his major league debut for the San Francisco Giants.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merit price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merit team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merit opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
The best game day parking in all of Duval is at Tailgaters Parking. Are you ready for some football? Tailgaters is just steps away on the east side of the stadium. Visit tailgatorsparking.com and secure your season parking pass today.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I-9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing sports. Fall and winter registration is underway. Log on to i9sports.com and see all they've got to offer. Kids 3 and up. You can enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for fall and winter. Great locations added like Fort Family Field, Westside Middle, and Duval Charter Bay Meadows. It's all online at i9sports.com.
Thinning or balding hair? Introducing Scalp Micropigmentation now at IHRS. SMP is a procedure for men and women, looks like your own growing hair, and corrects thinning areas. SMP is perfect for men and women who shave their head and want a full head of hair look. Call IHRS now, 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com today.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
This is Dr. Michael Iorio, internal medicine physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
At defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen's press conference this morning, he discussed how Devin Lloyd's role will look different as he will be playing multiple different positions.
You know, he's a football player. He's a football guy, football junkie. You know, so that combination has helped him, and he can do, like what you said, a lot of different things. You know, rush the passer. He's a good coverage player, man-to-man on backs. You know, he's a downhill football player in the box. You know, so a lot of those things, and so we're continuing to move him around a little bit, but he's finding a home. And
with Lloyd's size and speed, it makes him a very versatile player that Coach Nielsen can plug in at different spots on the field to maximize his athleticism. Don't be surprised to see Devin Lloyd in the same untraditional spots throughout the fall. I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
I can't wait as we get closer and closer. Today is the 30th of July. Tomorrow will be 1 month.
31 days, bro.
Tomorrow will be 1 month.
Yeah.
Until
you got
Florida.
your Legends U shirt on, man.
You know I do. Absolutely.
Tomorrow will be 1 month.
1 month.
Until Florida and the thing they call the U down
the mighty came.
Miami.
The mighty U. We still lead in championships, by the way, national, in the state.
So
you know.
Wow, you're gonna go there?
Like we're gonna.
There's no expiration date on greatness, man, Hayes.
But you're about
I don't
more
care.
than 2 decades in the rear.
Doesn't matter.
Bro.
Ali still considered one of the greatest.
That's a great point.
Okay.
That is a great point.
All right.
I'll give you that. That's
okay.
great. By the way, so one of our guys in the text line, Said,
I love it.
Tell Leon if they lose, I'll meet him in front of the Tebow statue and claim those big stogies.
Those Sir cigars.
I tell you what, if we do lose, I will meet you there with my sticks. But I tell you what, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
You might be smoking 2 if they win.
Man, listen, I'm gonna smoke 2, and y'all got a big gator head at the
Don't
stadium.
treat it like an ashtray.
Oh, I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna blow smoke on it. Blow smoke in his face.
Don't you treat it like an ashtray. All right, we're going to have some fun with that as we get closer and closer. We will be bringing on our show in the countdown great players from both sides, which will be fun.
Yep.
It'll be fun. All right. Now, can this guy be a great player? We don't know. First day as a rookie in pads. You guys mentioned that Mason struggled a little bit. Let's hear what he had to say after today's practice. We've got Mason Smith, former LSU star, second-round pick for the Jaguars. First day in pads. You look a little worn out. How was it?
Man, it was amazing. Just being able to grind and get better each and every rep. Putting on the pads really allowed me to, hone in on my technique and get the things that I was getting wrong, without the pads on, get them right, get them corrected, and, continue to peak progression and getting 1% better every day just to meet my maximum potential.
You were running with the one, so give us an idea, a sense of how that went.
It has its ups and its downs. That's what being a rookie is, and being able to learn and adapt to the environment. I put my best foot forward every single time, and, for me, it's just getting better and keep progressing, work my way into that, and, learning from the older guys. Got a lot of great guys in my room, they teach me a lot of things that, will be beneficial to my game. So I think the best thing for me, coming into this league and coming into this level is just being open-minded and knowing that my way ain't always the best way, and just continue to grow and progress.
Yeah, listen and learn. What has Eric Armstead offered to you so far in that meeting room?
Just being able to, like I said, adapt and relate, keep an open mind. Him being a bigger body, longer guy like myself, being able to play inside and outside like myself. I played in my freshman year of college. Just being able to learn from him the ins and the outs, overextending, not overextending, playing with a better base, playing with my length, using my God-given ability just to, take me forward. And, I've been able to, just learn from him, and everything that he does and what he does great, what he does bad, and why he does it bad, why he does it great, and just learning the ins and outs. But he's definitely been a great help. Him, Devon Hamilton, Roy, everybody been a great help. Led everybody, all the older guys, they always, taking me under their wing, and allowing me just to learn and correct myself under them.
We're talking with former LSU star Mason Smith. Got to work in a Bengal Tiger question for you in a minute, but Devon Hamilton, I saw on the one-on-ones that he was giving you a little tip. So that part you will take all day.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, coming into this level, I think a lot of guys, got to really know that you got to be open-minded, and your way isn't always the best way. So just being able to take the constructive criticism from not only the older players but the coaches, and being able to adapt, that'll take me a long way.
How do you feel about the knee so far?
I feel like it's been great. My first time playing without the knee brace in the pads. Actually, my first day playing without my knee brace in the pads, and I felt pretty well. The knee hasn't been a problem, and I'm just headed in the right direction. Get back to being me, and being a game wreck.
All right, now how do you guys from Baton Rouge kind of stick together in Duval? Because you, Jordan Jefferson, BTJ, of course, your old coach on the defensive side.
Just being able to have those guys around, just like guys like Jordan, BT, Coach House, it just made the transition for me a lot more comfortable. Having somebody, especially like Coach House, really to lean on, give me the ins and outs of what don't to do, what to do. That's been my guy these last 3 years. So, I know his family, his sons, his daughters, his wife. So, just being able to have him as a helping hand for me and just be able to, kind of steer me in the right direction and allow me to handle business.
Quick thought on the college football playoff. Now it's going to be 12 teams. I know you probably wish you would have played when it was 12 teams.
Yeah, for sure, man. I know we would have had, a lot of better opportunity to make it to that last game. But, I wouldn't change anything for the world, man. And, I'm just happy to be on this level and continue to grow on this level and continue to progress.
Now, I know it's hot, but gumbo or chowder, have you been able to sample some of the seafood and everything
really, man. My mom came not too long ago and she made me some real home cooked, but I have yet to find a place, so I'm still searching for that.
All right, we'll try and point you in the right direction, Mason. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Gumbo versus chowder is definitely going to be the debate that will rage on. It will never end because I would put our seafood spicy chowder, some red up against some of that Cajun gumbo. Anytime.
No, bro.
Gumbo's good.
Gumbo with some rice.
Gumbo's good.
With some rice, bro.
Hell, you don't need rice,
crawfish.
bro. Just gumbo.
You got oyster, you got crawfish and
You gotta have
okra,
crawfish and sausage. Yeah.
sausage, shrimp.
Some andouille in there.
Throw a little hot sauce on.
Forget about the rice. Rice just gums up the works, man. It's all that other stuff.
Well, like the Big Vic, the neighbor, and his beautiful wife Melanie from New Iberia, they will work the rice in. They always have the rice incorporated and some brown gravy more than red. But I'm just telling you.
So first off, great interview.
Chowder.
Great interview. Okay. Also, great news break by you.
Mm-hmm.
First time he's played without the knee brace.
Yeah, which I think is interesting. And he said he feels good with it. We remind ourselves this has been an ACL injury since going back beginning of 22.
The Florida State game.
Yeah, that was 22 though.
First quarter of that game, I believe.
Yeah, and so he has to be close to where he is going to be, but then you got to get the confidence, and then you got to get the technique down. Because for a big man, he might have been able to overpower interior linemen on the college level, Leon, but different.
Well, I mean, you want to listen. Another reason why you want to get rid of the knee brace because it might be a mental block. You know, the last when you get the knee brace, you have a tendency to think about it and stuff like that. You might just want to get that out your head. You might, if you played with it in college because you were concerned. Now you're in the NFL, you say, listen, I can't let this be a hindrance to me. All right, I need to go out there and play the way I know I'm functionally able to play. And also, it's a very humbling experience, and I had to deal with it when I came from Miami when I went to Pittsburgh. Remember in college, I was the big dog. All right, I was a big dog when I was at University of Miami, won national championship. Then I come to Pittsburgh, and second class. I'm not gonna say I'm a second class citizen, but I'm almost like a freshman again. I'm almost, because you got guys in there with experience 5, 10, 12 years in the league, and I'm a freshman again. So now I've got to I have to unlearn what I learned to survive this game. Being a professional, on time, training, nutrition, getting your rest, the intensity, the studying, the performance, all those things are taken into account when you come there as a rookie. So it's a lot to decipher, but if he's a sponge and he's willing to work, he'll be fine.
All right, let's do our takeaways right now.
Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
Well, my takeaway was the Jaguars in pads, first day of pads, where it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the intensity. I enjoyed the guys getting after it. It was good to see the offense be functional, be efficient, and play with a little effort. So that's my takeaway.
Yeah, I'm going to co-sign that. And I'll also say, going back to Joe's interview with Mason Smith, he was a bad man as a freshman at LSU.
He was.
I mean, he was one of the best defensive linemen in the country as a freshman. So if he ever gets back to that level, it'll be a great second-round pick. So, I mean, that's what you, as a Jags fan, that's what you got to, hold on to. He could be that type of guy.
Yeah. My takeaway, 16 of 17. In team for Trevor Lawrence. He needed it. They got it. Pads on. Plays were being made on the offense. And I do think that is a big, big deal to just start to sort things out on both sides of the ball. This football team needs to be good on both sides of the ball. And they're committed to trying to figure out how to fix the run game. And if they can do that, then they're definitely going to help him a hell of a lot. That's for sure. All right, we are done. We say thanks to Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevy. You will not go wrong with those folks. Coach Campo got a beautiful Highlander for his lovely wife, Kay, and he's stoked. And you can have the exact same buying experience. Beaver Toyota, StAugustine.com, BeaverChevrolet.com. Both sides of the aisle, great SUVs, pickup trucks, economy cars, and beautiful sedans. Get them at either one of the Beaver dealers. Joe C., Matt Hayes, Big Leon Searcy, and RJ, we got to hand you off to the Frangie Show coming up next.
Everyone wants to doubt Jacksonville. Never doubt Jacksonville.